100 American dollars is roughly 2.4 million Vietnamese dong. That sounds like a lot, but is it a lot? Today I'm gonna see what you can get for $100 in Vietnam. Vietnam has been named the cheapest country in the world to live and work. At Numbeo.com you can compare the cost of living between different cities. So I compared Stockholm, Sweden, my hometown, with Hanoi in Vietnam. Consumer prices are 51.62% cheaper in Hanoi compared to Stockholm. Eating, drinking and local transportation are the things that are cheapest in comparison. Surprisingly enough, childcare and cheese are actually cheaper in Stockholm than in Hanoi. Now let's have a look at what some more or less typical touristy things cost to do here in Vietnam. It's good to have a local SIM card if you want to be able to Google stuff. I bought 1 gigabyte of data at the airport for 250,000 dong. I have a feeling I got ripped off on that one. A visit to the Jade mountain temple in Hanoi will cost you 30,000 dong, which is basically nothing, so you definitely should do it. Having a beer at the beer street in Hanoi Old Quarter will set you back 30,000 dong. But you can find a lot cheaper beer if you go for some Bia Hoi instead of Saigon like I did. However, Bia Hoi is brewed quickly and cheaply and has like 3% alcohol compared to Saigon which has 5. So unless you want to go to the bathroom all the time and not get drunk, maybe you want to stick to bottled beer anyway. It's quite cheap either way. This fridge magnet cost me 55,000 dong. It's a complete rip-off, but I thought it was really cute. A Halong Bay cruise will actually cost you a lot more than $100, so I'm not gonna include it in this list. This one cost me $160 and it's on the cheaper side, and that's including an extra charge for a single cabin. Chicken pie in the middle of Hanoi Old Quarter is gonna cost you 80,000 dong. A Banh Mi, a Vietnamese baguette on a street corner, won't cost all that much. This one cost 50,000 dong, so it's a fancy baguette. Spring rolls by the Hanoi train street will cost you 60,000 dong. And that's actually a pretty good idea to have, because you're not allowed on the train tracks unless you're going over them to a cafe on the other side. Pizza by the railway station in Hanoi will cost you approximately 170,000 dong. There are probably better and cheaper food options, but I wanted to sit inside because it's really cold today. This is a sleeper train that will take me from Hanoi to Hue. This one costs 1.5 million dongs, so I actually shouldn't include this in this list. It's almost $100 just for the train. This is a soft luxury bed, so I'm not gonna need a hotel room tonight though, so I still think it's a pretty good deal. They say that taking a walk along the Perfume River is a must in Hue, but I have to say that taking a dragon boat is pretty good too. I wasn't really planning on taking a dragon boat cruise on the Perfume River, but the lady managed to convince me. So 300,000 dong for a trip to the Thingmu Pagoda, to the Imperial Citadel and then back to where I came from. A Cyclo back to your hotel in the middle of a pouring rain. That's gonna cost you 100,000 dongs, but that's so worth it. Let me give you a tour of my hotel in Hue. This is the Jade Scene Hotel, and this is what you get for 460,000 dong, I believe. This is actually an upgraded room. My original room wasn't ready, but they gave me this upgrade for free. And they've been really helpful in general, and they let me check in early. Great hotel. An easy rider from Hue to Hoi An will cost you approximately 1.1 million dong. That may sound like a lot for Vietnam, but you get a lot for the money. Your luggage gets taken care of, you get rain clothes, and you get to stop along the way at interesting places like the Marble Mountains. The entrance fee to the Marble Mountains is 40,000 dong, but for some reason I just had to pay for the elevator today, so very cheap visit to the Marble Mountains. Taking a river cruise in the ancient town of Hoi An, that'll cost you 150,000 dong. I think that's quite worth it. You can also release a paper lantern for, I paid 20,000 dong, but I was probably being ripped off, so maybe 10,000. A banana pancake will set you back 40,000 dong, at least in a very touristy spot. Accommodation in Vietnam costs between very cheap to maybe 500,000 or 600,000 dong for a mid-range place to stay. It's cheap by Western standards, but it's considered splurging by backpackers. Good thing that I'm flashpacking and not just backpacking. I do want a private room with an ensuite bathroom in a pretty walkable location. Today is a pretty special day. It's New Year's Eve, and I've taken a flight from Da Nang to Ho Chi Minh City, better known as Saigon. $50,000 dong. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for it. Let's talk about the prices on the bar streets. A beer there costs 80,000 dong. That's insane for Vietnam. Not expensive for Sweden, but expensive here. But if you just walk one block away from the beer street, the price drops to 45,000 dong. That's some New Year's money-saving tips from your friendly neighborhood 3-star Vagabond. That little New Year's dinner cost me 90,000 dong, that's including the beer. Having some pho in the touristy area of Saigon, that'll cost you 80,000 dong. Local motorcycle transportation is really convenient in Vietnam. You can either download the Grab ride-sharing app, or you can simply walk up to people and see what they charge. A short distance ride is often like 30,000 dong, and even long distance isn't all that expensive. A visit to the Cu Chi tunnels, where the Viet Cong hid during the Vietnam War, will cost you 125,000 dong. But you also need to get here, and that can cost a bit more. A Grab car would have cost 700,000 dong one way, but I went for a motorbike Grab instead, and that cost 200,000 dong. Granted, it is a bit of an adventure getting here on a motorbike. The traffic is pretty insane. The War Remnant Museum in Ho Chi Minh City is one of the most visited museums in Vietnam, and the entrance is just 40,000 dong. You get a lot to look at for that money. A ticket to the Independence Palace, also called the Reunification Palace, will cost you 40,000 dong. And there you have it. That's basically what you can get for $100 American in Vietnam in 2023, give or take a bit. I hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, but most importantly, have a great day. Now check out more of Vietnam in this fine video right here that I'm looking at.